Well, hi everyone, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and I'm back with a good old-fashioned kitchen counter thrift haul. Almost everything that you see here is for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop. That's my eBay store, and you'll find the link down in the description box underneath this video if you see anything you're interested in. Now, this is going to be a strange thrift haul because, well, some of the stuff, I know what it is. One item I don't know, and I need your help with something else. I'm kind of mad about something. Well, frustrated. And you'll be able to help me. I hope anyway. But before we begin, let's zoom in and say today's cup of coffee is brought to you by...
A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. A cozy corner, a table for two.
Yes, today's delicious cup of coffee is brought to you by the Hazel Atlas Glass Company. And the pattern is called Florentine. Now hold on, because there's a Florentine 1 and a Florentine 2. And there's a little bit of difference between the two. Now, you say, but Scott, you told us that you didn't win all that Florentine glass that you were bidding on, that silent auction. You remember a couple weeks ago? Well, I didn't win it. But I was actually able to purchase a few pieces of Florentine glass before that auction, and afterwards I found a few more pieces in another thrift shop. So I have a few pieces of Florentine that I'm going to sell. This teacup I'm going to keep because I collect single cups and saucers in various depression colors. Now you'll notice that the ginger snaps are nowhere to be seen. We're getting into the holiday season, folks, so I'm getting fancy with my little, I don't know what that thing is, but it's supposed to be fancy, so I'm going to get fancy. Okay, what's the difference between Florentine 1 and 2? And I know this plate is looking kind of green, while that one's looking kind of yellow, but it's because of the direction. I think if I move, now you see they really are both the same color. And thank you to a subscriber who sent me this wonderful field guide. I can keep this in my car. I don't have the field guide, or I didn't, but I do now. By the way, I also, in my next video, I'm going to say thank you to a few more subscribers. I have been remiss because I've received a few things. I haven't said thank you yet, and I don't want you to think I'm a heathen. I appreciate it, and I'm going to say thank you in an upcoming video. But the two patterns here in Florentine, let's go in here and see. Florentine number 1. 1932 to 1935 Hazel Atlas, and that's going to be the one that has this ruffled edge. Okay, and it comes in different colors, of course. And then when we turn over to Florentine number 2, we see that it has the diameter doesn't have any scalloping on it. So this would be Florentine 1, and that would be Florentine 2. Hazel Atlas 1930s depression glass. This isn't listed yet. I have several plates, and I am going to get these listed when I do a big depression glass sale. I just have not decided when yet. So there will be some plates up for sale. Even though I'm keeping this cup and saucer because I don't have it. I don't have this in my collection, but I do now. Okay, gooseberry Pyrex. We all know. Refrigerator dishes, I've got 3 of them, but no lids. These 2 are in excellent condition. I think these are, what, a cup and a half? Yeah. These are in one auction by themselves, together. This is in another auction. I split them up because this one is chipped. And the only thing we're missing is the larger one that these would sit on top of. I bought this first, went back to the store like 2 or 3 days later, and they pulled those out. They're all in, the graphics are all, ooh. The graphics are all in super good condition, and they're nice and bright and shiny, but this one has, and you'll see better on the auction listing, there's a little It's more like a shaved off edge there. It's not sharp when you run your finger over it, but that is a chip in the glass, and then it's got some dirt down in it or some old grease or something. So that little annoying chip is there. You don't really see it when the lid is on, when a lid is on. But because of the damage, I'm listing that one by itself and these two together. Okay? Okay. This isn't listed because I haven't done any research on it yet, and a lot of you enjoy doing research, and many of you know more about MidCentury Glass than I do. Now, of course, when I first see this, I immediately think anchor hocking, and then there's those Lido, Milano, Serrano, I can never remember the names of the anchor hocking glass, but this I don't think is anchor hocking, and I don't think it's one of those patterns, although it looks like it. Now notice it's got an applied handle, so this glass is done in a mold. The handle is blown and applied separately, and I think that anchor hocking does a different handle on its pitchers rather than this applied handle. And this is a very skinny, a tall, skinny form for this particular vase. It has the ice lip, of course, and it looks a lot like the hocking, the anchor hocking patterns that I just mentioned, the three of them that I can never keep straight. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. Is this anchor hocking, or is it somebody else like Viking, or I don't know. So mid-century folk, hop on it, okay? You know, if you tell me what it is, I'll look it up, and that would be fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna let you guys do some research on that and help me out. This is just here to sort of get you in the mood. It will be for sale, although it's I'm not really doing Christmas things yet. I will make an announcement at the end of this video, but this beautiful tree, and it's a music box, and it spins. I don't want to get it started because it will be too loud, but I think this plays, I think it plays Silent Night, yes, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it's in fantastic condition. I don't know, there's no maker's mark on it, and I don't know how old it is. I don't know if it's one of those Japan pieces or not, but it sounds beautiful, and I just wanted to show it to you to get you excited about my upcoming Christmas sale. Okay, this is for sale. That's the Jadeite batter bowl made by the Anchor Hocking Company, and it's not a reproduction. They did reproduce these in the year 2000, and I think they were sold at Kmart. We've talked about that many times before, but this is the real thing, and I am selling it. It's for sale right now. There are no chips, and there are no cracks on it. There is a tiny wee, and you can't see it, but you can only feel it, and it's really just what would be considered a rough, come on and focus, a rough seam. Now, a lot of times with this depression glass, the seams will be very rough, and there's a little bit of roughness to that seam right there, but I think you can see it. Wouldn't be considered a chip, but I'm mentioning it for those who just might not be familiar with all of the imperfections that are pretty common to depression glass. And of course it'll say Fire King oven-proof oven Fire King glass right there on the bottom. And that's for sale right now. I'm gonna come back to this thing because I'm annoyed with it, and I'll tell you why. Look at this, I love this, and it's going to date all the way back to, well, just after 1904. And the way we can be so specific about that is if we turn it upside down and we see there's a particular label on the bottom that says Gold Medal St. Louis Owen Minerva. Now that's the Owen Pottery Company in Minerva. Is it Ohio? Minerva, Ohio? Well, I'll tell you, it's all listed on my auction. I typed up the whole description and have now forgotten. But I give you a detailed description of the company. I hope it's Ohio. I'm sorry if it's not Minerva. Folks in Minerva, you're going to be mad at me. But the gold medal at St. Louis means that the St. Louis World's Fair of 1904. We were just talking about that. in a video a few days ago when we were down at the Wanamaker, Oregon, which was built for that fair, the Louisiana Purchase Exposition Fair, better known as the St. Louis World's Fair. So the Owen Company had exhibitions there, and they won gold medals for their pottery. Here's a mug, jug, tankard, with a pretty girl on the front in her period costume. I don't know what she's doing. There aren't any birds down below her, so I don't think she's throwing out seed. Maybe she's dipping her hands in palm olive. And then this lady back here is fussing with her hairdo. And she's also, I guess she's got flowers in her hair, and this is pretty. Now there was a whole series of these, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. 6 or 8 of them. I love this guy right here. I think he represents that sea creature that pulls Poseidon all over the place. He's a cross between a dragon and a seahorse or a sea creature of some sort. I love him. Yeah, I guess he has a name, but I think he's got something to do with Poseidon. Well, anyway, there it is, and it's in really excellent condition. There are no problems on it at all. And this is not hand-painted, it's a decal. And I suppose you could drink out of it if you would like to. I just sold one of these about a month ago, and here is another one. I was in a completely different place, a different shop, a different state, and I ran across another one of these Shamrock Pixie mugs, painted a little bit different than the one I had before, but in excellent condition. The Lefton sticker is gone, but we know that it was made by Lefton because we've seen examples of it with the Lefton sticker on it. And it's very lightweight ceramic, and it's great that there's no damage on him. This little elf pixie guy is holding on, and he is the handle, and it's nice and clean on the, well, it's almost nice and clean on the inside. Okay, we'll slide him out of the way. All right, let's get this over with because it makes me mad.
Oh dear.
All right, I'm going to jump right to it. The stopper is stuck on the inside. Now, I'm going to tell you all the things I have done to try to get that stopper out. And I want you to listen because I want your suggestions, but I'm going to run through everything I've already done. I have soaked it in hot water. It won't come out. I've soaked it in cold water. It won't come out. I sprayed WD-40 and liquid wrench down in here and let it sit for 48 hours. And it would not come off. I heated it up with a hairdryer. I stuck it in the refrigerator. I tried to heat the glass, freeze the glass, lubricate the glass. I can't get that stopper out, and it makes me mad. Now that I've gone through all of that, what are you going to tell me to do? Give me a suggestion other than what I've already tried. You know, I don't want to break it. It's pressed glass, beautiful, and it probably was from a toilet set, you know, some kind of toiletry set from the turn of the century or thereafter. But as I've said, all kinds of lubricants I've put down in here. Ice, heat, cold, water, it won't come off. Did I tell you I sprayed DW-40 in here and let it soak for like 2 days? Can't get it off. I want to sell it. I don't have it listed because I'm annoyed that that stopper won't come off. So what would you do? My coffee's getting cold. All right, 2 more things to show you. The wonderful lamps, and this is a piece of pottery from the 1940s. It's a water jug for the refrigerator in excellent condition. There's crazing on it, but there are no stains. Wonderful pattern of roses. And the Universal Cambridge, and then there's all that information on there that looks very mysterious and Masonic and whatnot. And the Brotherhood of operative potteries and whatnot. You can read all about that. It has something to do with labor unions, and most of the pottery was made in the Trenton, New Jersey area before the Civil War, and then it shifted to Ohio, and there were differences. There were a lot of union unrest and so forth, creations of unions and so forth around 1900, and the Brotherhood of potters has something to do with all of that. So if you're interested, it is fascinating to read about, but I won't ramble on. The lid comes off, or stopper rather, and it's got its original cork. It's clean on the inside, and what a stylish way to serve you put anything in that. Milk, water, orange juice, whatever you'd like. And they made these, and with just about every type of popular 1940s dinnerware pattern you can think of, you'll find on the front of these. Okay, that's a pretty rose pattern. And then 2 dresser lamps. As I said, I've been trying to do a little bit more with electric lamps. These are going to date to probably around 1940, maybe the late 30s into the early 40s. They are made of glass. It's satin glass. And they're reverse painted, so the paint is actually, and when you look at it that way, it looks awful. It looks like a 3rd grader did that. I don't mean to insult any 3rd graders, I shouldn't say that, but it looks very sophomoric when you look at it that way. And you say, oh, well, that doesn't look original. Well, these were painted in factories. They were very inexpensive. It's just glass made in a mold, blown in a mold, and satin glass with these stylized flowers. And then they could put different colors on the inside. So I've seen these in powder blue. Turn them off, give you a better idea of the color. This would sort of be a dusty rose color. Or a dusty pink, I'm not sure. I don't know what color it is. It's a pretty color. And there is no damage on either of the lamps. I'm not going to give you the shades because they're just pretty bad. They're just cheap little parchment shades. But light bulbs aren't included either, and so. But the sockets are original, and they work perfectly, and the cords are in good shape too. Okay, so 2 little dresser lamps there that date to the 1930s or 40s. And I think that's it. We'll scan back here. Okay, so I'll tell you about that in a minute. Who made this picture? I'm not thinking Anchor Hocking, but I certainly could be wrong. How do I get that stopper out of there? And then I will tell you that next Monday night, now today is Thursday something, I don't even know what the date is, but I'm working on Christmas glass, and boy, I've got a lot of it. Beautiful Christmas glass and some other Christmas things for sale. And that auction is going to be coming up. That video will come out on Monday night. That's Monday of next week. I'm sorry that I can't remember the date, but if you'll tune back in next Monday, I'll do another video before then and I'll tell you. So beautiful Christmas glass coming up. And this wonderful music box will be for sale as well sometime next week. So hold on for 1 second. Let's give it a twist. A flick of the wrist. Just a twist here. And let you hear a little bit of it. Okay everyone, I sure did make a mess out of that counter, but I appreciate you watching. I hope you're having a great day. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, and so long for now.